Okay, here we have the Star Wars Complete Saga on Blu-ray. It's the box set that was released September 2011, and I just want to quickly go through why I think this is such a great box set, not just because of the movies. First, it's a really nice simple box. This cap comes off, and on the back of which is all the necessary information for the retailers, but that can come off and be discarded. And what you then are left with is a really neat box. Let's quickly slide everything out. You've got some really nice artwork. I'll put that up here for a little bit. You've got some really nice artwork on the actual box that contains the discs itself. A repeat on the front where you've got young and old characters, and inside you've got a book style flip case with all the discs in. Now, nothing special here. What I do like is additional artwork. You get with this a 35mm, I'm going to do it so you can just see through it, a 35mm frame of one of the fight scenes between Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader. If you actually read this, it's a numbered item. If you actually read this, although this says it's a 35mm frame, it's nothing that special because they've been made. What it explains it as, it's taken directly, it's a 35mm frame taken directly from the original film footage and reproduced using state-of-the-art imaging and printing techniques. This frame is from the epic clash in Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith between Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi on the fiery planet of Mustafar. So everyone's got exactly the same frame, so they've basically found a way of printing onto 35mm film. So whilst they say it's an original 35mm frame, I don't think that's anything particularly valuable. It's a nice thing, it's in a nice card. I've not taken mine out of the cellophane, and it's a numbered unit I'm certainly going to keep, and it adds a value to this set. You get a good guidebook. The guidebook's got explanation of everything that's on each of the discs, as well as a bunch of new artwork, which is really quite nice to see. It's nothing compared to what's actually on the discs though, and you're going to be in for a really good surprise. Obviously the first 6 discs of this 9-disc set are the movies. You then quite quickly get to the last discs, the last 3 discs, in which you've got a great deal being covered. So you've got, you get literally video after video after video of interviews. You get to see the models, you get to see stills, you get to see uncut or alternative endings, story ideas, a lot of commentaries, etc. And you've got basically 2 Blu-ray discs full with many hours of extra footage going on through all 6 movies, including some of the remake dilemmas and tasks and challenges that they had, as well as going back to the original 1970s New Hope version, etc. And you get to see a great deal of extra footage, etc. On each of the actual movie discs you get some fantastic commentaries. These are new commentaries. They've got George Lucas, Carrie Fisher, etc. and lots of other stars depending on which movie. You've also got, on quite a few of them, you've got an alternative soundtrack where you've got you know, a dozen or so of the actual actors and actresses, etc. Who are then actually commentating on the film as it goes through in a very good style. Whilst you're actually watching the movie, the name of the person speaking, the main name of the person speaking comes up, so you get a little bit of text on the screen. Doesn't detract from what you're watching though. Certainly you only do the audio commentaries if you already know the film very well and you know what you're listening to. Again, a nice montage piece of artwork here. What I think a lot of fans will look forward to in particular is the very last disc of the 9. So there's 9 Blu-ray discs in total, 6.6 DTS surround sound. The first 6 discs self-explanatory, 1 for each film with the commentaries. The discs 7 and 8 are 2 discs covering all the interviews, model details, and I'm on about not just the figure models, but also dresses, costumes, etc. Music scores, alternative endings, etc. Some of it is actually silent, some of it you're actually watching an image on screen, maybe a drawn image or maybe a model that's been built that was maybe used or maybe not used to go through various concepts, etc. Again, if you're a real fan, you'll find that fantastic. The 9th disc is probably the most fun. It's full of spoofs, documentaries, documentaries about action figures, about the making of, about the technology, some of the bits and bobs you can buy, and absolute fun stuff, including some stuff from Family Guy and Simpsons, etc. So he's obviously got permission from various people that have, I guess it's the other way around actually. I guess Simpsons and Family Guy have had to contact George Lucas for permission to make a spoof about Star Wars and to call it Star Wars. And here's George Lucas getting his own back, because he's actually got them all included on the final disc in here, and it's a very nice kind of way of ending the 9-disc box set. So I'm going to quickly pop it all back together. He says, forgetting to tuck that inside. It's quite well designed hinge, so it's not going to rip away, because it actually hinges and articulates on the rear. I'm just going to quickly show you that, because that's quite important. I've had some of these that have been articulated and designed wrong, and they've actually failed. I'm going to just quickly slide it back into its outer sleeve box so you can see the unit flipped over and on the edge. And there we go, finally. It feels very nice, beautiful piece of card, and recommended. Obviously you've got to like the movies, and if you want to see extras, there are extras here coming out their ears. There's only one thing that I will say that's missing from here. You don't get the original versions, i.e. When Han Solo shot first in the bar in the cantina on Tatooine, etc. So there are some fans that get outraged that there aren't the alternative movies, the souped up special effects version. So you don't get to see the original 1976 version of A New Hope. You get to see the latest re-released version that was done pre to the subsequent development of the Star Wars 1, 2, 3 series of movies, with the additional graphics for the sandcrawlers, additional graphics for the Tatooine souped up effects, etc, etc. So for any fans that are expecting or would miss that, you will have to look elsewhere. Otherwise, absolutely everything you're catered for in here. This is what George Lucas wanted this saga to be, and it's a recommended, fantastic addition to anyone's collection.